What you find comes from something you only thought was a piece of material until you poke at it. Right there's what I saw. That was it. Just that piece of material. And I'm walking around here juking up materials, and you can see that tip sticking out. It's muddy out here, but there's an ear under there. I could get it past all the mud. Ears on both sides. Look how thin that is too. That's awesome. Awesome. Well, I got a feeling this one's gonna be broke. Let's see. Oh, just an ear missing. Heck yeah. We'll take that. Thank you, Great Spirit. I found some other brokes in a tool or a rough freeform. I'm hoping this is all there and not broke. Oh, nope. It's broke. That's camp life. Well, what was starting out to be a poor morning of hunting, January 9th, sure turned out to be a good midday surface hunt. Right, I'd call that a little adds. As my old buddy Hook would say, awesome possum. Today is February 15th. It's been tough hunting starting out this year. Found these two brokes earlier. Nice little like Schneider's variant type there. A rough patch, little piece of a broke. We ain't had a flood in almost a year. And that makes it tough hunting in our area. But I did just find this. Like another, like Schneider's type variant. A woodland type. Hey, but it's all there. Well, maybe a little bit off that tip. It's hard to tell through the camera. I'll take it. Thank you, Great Spirit. Today is February 22nd. It is super windy. So hopefully, having the camera in the opposite direction, I have the wind blocked. Oh, and I mean, I just got here. Just got down to this little spot. Found that. That's awesome. Nice little bird point. Hear them peepers in the background? Don't know if you can over that wind. They've been singing quite a few different times. That's killer. Thank you, Great Spirit. Today is February 24th. And up here at the property on the DH site, they're doing a little surface hunting. And I kind of disturbed it. I noticed that tip sticking out right there. You can see we're touching it with my stick. Where's my stick at? Right there. It moved it. And I could tell it was something. Look at that. That's definitely not a normal point type for up here. That's cool. Every find is a good find. Today is Saturday, March 4th. Look how tiny that is. I was surprised I saw it. But there's times where I found bird points with just the tip sticking out. just a little bitty. Oh. Oh, sorry. A little bitty bit of old tip damage. Like what we would call an impact break. Awesome. If that's the only thing I find this morning, I'll be happy. Today is Sunday, March 5th. Out again this morning. That's usually all I do. Walk for about 2-3 hours in the morning. Pooter Dixon. Another woodland stem point. Broken preform. And that there is actually a flake knife. Like later on cleanup. I have some other stuff in my pocket. Really big ads. Another broken preform and some other tips and stuff. But I just saw that bay sticking out. Look at that ear. Look at that. It's muddy right here. Look how beautiful that Just City Church is. That's why we do cleanups. Because a lot of times when we're out hunting in the soil, like, they're dirty. And you can't show it all dirty to appreciate them at their best. Today is March 8th. Found this broken point a while ago. And I think I might have something right here. I guess we'll find out if it makes it to film or not. Oh yeah, look at that. I can't clean it off a little bit. Yeah, looks like it had that side sharpened off of it. Little ear off the base is gone. And that ear, that side right there. A little work down tip on it. Hey, beggars can't be choosy. Gotta love them all. Today is March 13th. And I had to go, was supposed to be getting my exhaust this morning fixed. But they didn't have the right size flex pipe. Craziest thing I ever saw. Like, whoever invented that for automobiles, like, I don't know what they're doing with some of these vehicles, but it's ridiculous. It's actually, like 29 degrees, feels like 21. Even spitting some snow flurries. So, of course, I'm up here at the DH this morning. Sorry, we already got 30-some seconds rolling on here. Found those few brokes. And then I just spotted this pretty little dude. Look at the bands in that piece of mosaic. Legit, a little Robinson point. Man, that sure is some pretty material. That's awesome. That is a real pretty piece of banded mosaic. Stellar. Thank you, Great Spirit. Today is March 19th. Tomorrow's first day of spring. It's been pretty cold, and I have walked a monster gravel bar out here. I mean, it's probably 2 football fields big, and I ain't found much until just right now. I just spotted this, and I was starting to wonder if my eyes were even working anymore. But we had a wash this year, just not a really strong one. Huh. Looks like almost like a little Atlee or something. Hard to say. Creek's tumbled it up pretty good. So all we can judge it by basically is its flaking pattern. Still awesome. Thank you, Great Spirit. Well, it's nice to know my eyes are still working good, even though I do have to wear glasses nowadays. So I hunted all that up there. Never even saw a flake. And I'm down here in this lower spot. I don't know, it's at least 2 feet lower. And I just found that one, like right over in there. And I just spotted this doodad laying there. And we know it's an arrowhead. Tip's gone. Well, find is a find. Something to ease the mind. Good morning. Today is March 26th. And I just spotted this. I got like 2 little brooks in my pocket. Sun's just barely coming up over the horizon. It's foggy out. It's early. I always got to get out early if I'm going to do anything. Boy, I'm glad to find that. That's awesome. Thank you, Great Spirit, for another beautiful, blessed day. Well, I just spotted this little point. It's all there. Little neck out of the side, but yeah, I thought the tip was gone just a little bit before I picked it up. As my old buddy Hook would say, awesome possum. Over there, where my walking stick's at, was my path. So I don't know, probably about 8 or 10 feet over. And I spotted that. Oh, finally, a decent one in the creek. Awesome material too. Heck yeah, both sides awesome material. Some stellar Just City Church. I got a broken one in my pocket, trying to avoid the wind. Found that first thing. I found some other ones busted right through the center. But did the creek do this, or was it like that before it ever ended up in the creek? Because we found some coming out of the soil, surface hunting or digging, just like that. Oh, today's the last day of March, March 31st. With it being cloudy out this morning, I don't know if it's showing all that color good in there. That shoulder broke off of it. Like a Snyder's variant type, or really worked down Snyder's. Hey, beggars ain't never choosy. This little spot's been really good to me today. Shame about that broken drill. And that's just a flake. I just like the material on it. Could have been a flake knife, but it's hard to tell with some after they've been in the creek so long. I mean, that edge could have been from rolling a few hundred times. I just spotted this. I was like, oh, is that a blade? I was like, yeah, that sure is a blade. Oh, look at that spot. Well, how's about that? No sun out here, so pretty hard to see the flaking. Kind of looks late archaic to me. All right. Thank you, Great Spirit, for this beautiful day. And all those who came before us.
She's so hard to see. I wonder we can ever find an arrowhead. Look at here.
That's nice.
That's a nice start to the day, for sure. Heck yeah.
Yes, it is.
Well, I wish I would have had my camera on it. That was my wrist you're seeing. It's a really nice wrist.
It's okay, Richard.
All right, I've gotten rusty. Now Mike's got to get one.
We're going through that dirt right there. Today is April 9th, 2023, Easter Sunday. Happy Easter, everybody. Starting out, 2023 has been kind of a tough year. That's all the brokes, and really it's not all of them. There's a bunch more. But we'll just kind of start down here. There's some of the bird points you saw me find. There's the smallest piece of hematite. Smallest worked piece of hematite I've ever found. This here's a really neat bird point. It has like slight cross beveling on it. I don't know if you can see it. It's like mid-afternoon, so it's bright. Here's a really cool piece of hematite, and actually Richard found it, but he gave it to me. Look at all the incised lines on this side. Faceted on several different sides, but it's real piffy material, which is probably why it broke on them. Lots of imperfections in it. So, like trying to go by what points were found first and which ones second, like, I don't know. But here's this little point, and the bands in it sure don't show up like they did when I found it, and it was all wet. Here's a little table rock I found that doesn't follow classic attributes. Oops. It has cross beveling on both sides, being resharpened by pressure flaking. Super ground all the way in the base. This here was a little heartbreaker out of the creek. Piece of true mosaic. It's just about as pink as it gets. Some kind of Dalton or something like that. Translucent. Oh, this here is a point from the property. Found it one day along with some other stuff. A lot of people would call this a little Williams point or a little Ferry point, but it's just another, it's Etley transitioning out. This was recently found up there. Didn't film it because it was broke, but has a big old inclusion on it right there. Same type of inclusion material as that right there. Otherwise, it's a really nice piece of Just City chert. Found this really nice adze one day out surface hunting some soil. Oh, there you go. Here's a work down Snyder's point I found. This is in the beginning of the video. Probably one of the nicest Snyder points I have found. It's a really nice piece. Oh, found this that same day, along with all kinds of brokes. And this little adze that I know I showed on film. As for the bit, goes to one side of the point. This was a little surface find one day. A little woodland type. Here's another Snyder's point. Hope everybody's been doing well. Oh, here's that point you saw me pull out. Just had a little bit sticking out like that. Got a little bit of the tip gone off and a little bit on each corner of the base. And then this side, this point's been resharpened by pressure flaking too. Little Pooter Dixon I found that day. Here's another little point, like a preform that I found. One day me and Richard went back to the pawpaw patch, but that's all that got found. Here's a blade I found on the creek. Here's that little point you saw me juke out. It's probably more a freeze pop than a fire pop in it. Though fire pops are usually distinguishable if you use a good microscope. You'll see like little tiny spider web cracks in it. That's an indication it's been heat treated. There's that pooter point I found in the creek. Creek's been tough to me this year. As for some exceptional brokes, like whatever this is, it was definitely early archaic. Still has serrations down the side of it. Some awesome flaking, super thin. These two are kind of cool, which I found other ones like that too. Broke right down the side of them out of the creek. And that broke drill, which I had another broke drill in here somewhere. I found on a different site, soil surface hunting. It's not from the creek. Oh, there it is, right there. That spot I've picked up 4 broken drills in about 13 years. Never a whole one. That one I showed on film. A lot of times, you know, we don't film all our brokes anymore. Used to when we first started out. But, you know, it's always trying to evolve. Always trying to evolve. Well, hope everybody had a great Easter. And, oh, before I forget, it's my fault. I do greatly apologize. I should have had a flyer printed out. Our show is always the 3rd Saturday of May. This year it's on May 20th. It's always Tuscumbia, Missouri at the Riverside Park, River Road, HH Highway off 52. Free admission to public. All the displayers, we've gone to by invitation. We only get about 40 tables filled up in that little pavilion. And I usually try to get a flyer printed and do an advertisement just for the show. And I'm still going to try and do that. But there it's filled with just awesome people and their awesome personal fine collections. Never to say anything bad about other shows, because all shows are great shows. Every one of them. You get to go hang around and see other people's stuff, and you're around like-minded people. But, you know, you'll probably never go to a lot of shows that are all personal finds with over 30-some people. It's just a rarity. But I don't follow regular constructs imposed by society. I've always been that way. Well, I'll stop yakking y'all to death. Hope everybody is well, and as always, best wishes to you and yours and all your endeavors in life.